Gun control.
Gun control.
Gun
Gun control.
So this was our experiment design. We started with all of CCA classes. We did a simple random sample to choose, using a random number generator, to choose which classes we got, and we assigned a number to each of the teachers. We got Mr. Brown and Mrs. Thou. We flipped a coin to determine which was biased and unbiased. And biased. And then we got our surveys and we analyzed and compared.
Evan, how do I know when I can find the confidence interval?
Just ask Patsy. Patsy always helps me with my homework.
Patsy always tells you how to find the confidence interval.
Patsy. P-A-T-C.
Besides the bias that we meant to put into the study, we also had some response bias by people not responding to our survey, and also we had undercoverage because we only surveyed CCA juniors. But there's a lot more types of people that are teens that have opinions on gun control than CCA juniors.
For our unbiased survey, we asked, should teachers be allowed to carry concealed weapons at school? And 36.5% said
No.
For our bias survey, we said, imagine how different school shootings would be if teachers were able to protect themselves and their students. Do you agree that teachers should be allowed to carry concealed weapons at school? 31.3% said
No.
As you can see, both n times p and n times 1 minus p were greater than 10. We can thus assume that our sample
Is.
approximately normal.
For our unbiased survey, we asked, do first-person shooter video games desensitize young people to violence? 39.0% said
No.
For our bias survey, we asked, research shows that some video games improve users' creativity, as well as decision-making abilities in shorter time without sacrificing accuracy. However, do you think video games desensitize young people to violence? 37.5% said
No.
For our unbiased question, we asked, should guns be completely banned in our society? 9.7% said
No.
For our bias question, we asked, should all guns be completely banned in our society? 6.3% said yes.
No.
For our unbiased survey, we asked, should we keep gun control laws the same as they are now? And 53.7% said yes. For our bias survey, we said, the Second Amendment of our Constitution gives Americans the right to bear arms. Does the government have the right to strip us of our Second Amendment right and change gun laws? And 34.4% said
No. Unbiased survey, we asked, should only the military have access to guns? For which 24.4% of students No. And for our bias survey, we said, throughout history, when government has stopped serving the people it governs, it has been in the people's best interest to overthrow the government. No.
The national statistics fell outside of our confidence intervals for all of our questions, except for number 3. But for number 3, we couldn't prove normality because P was too small.
We found that changing our survey and inducing a bias didn't actually change anything with our results. It was unfortunate.
We found that the bias that we chose was hard to implement because people already have polarized opinions about gun control.
we change our sample to include classes that aren't all 11th graders in order to get a larger representative proportion of CCA.
When surveying teenagers, you get a lot of silly, silly responses.